Okay, there we go. So we have
My name is David.
David. Amazing, David. David is here at the Hari Har Mandir, which is in St. Thomas, Ontario. And he will let us know his experience and how did he join and when he started coming to the mandir.
So basically, ever since I was younger, I had a very strong interest in world religions, and I did a bunch of courses in high school and after high school about world religions. And I always had the strongest interest in sanatan dharma. And for the longest time, I just didn't really have the, I guess you could say, discipline to really dedicate to anything or to look more into it. And then when the COVID pandemic happened, I ended up hitting a bit of a low point, and through some different traumatic experiences, I ended up sort of getting a sense of that universal oneness, and I wasn't really sure how to deal with it because it's very overwhelming if you come to it out of nowhere. It's kind of awakened in you without any research or taking the time to make sure that you have the knowledge and how to deal with such a thing. So as such, I started going back into reading, and the first book that I really got connected to was the Bhagavad Gita, and that really started to answer every question I had and kind of make a better sense of the experience I had kind of accidentally stumbled into. And from there, I started to read the Upanishads, and I started to dig into the Rig Veda, and I ended up trying to reach out, because I'm from London, to find a place that was flexible in hours and was very welcoming to kind of experience some more of the rituals, because I had not known enough how to do pujas at home and how to really get deeper into this. So I came here, and everyone had been so welcoming and so warm, and even if not everyone spoke English, they were always down to make sure I was involved either with one of the instruments or just kind of quietly saying mantras to me. If someone was here that did also speak English, they would kind of give me a rundown afterwards of what we had been talking about. And it just felt like after being here for a week, I felt like this was also home for me, and that I always feel welcome when I come. Everyone gives me such a warm smile when they see me. And it's just great because when people see me, I think sometimes they're surprised that I come here, but they're always really excited to kind of give me more lessons and more steps of where to go next.
Like me, like I caught you here.
Of course. And it's, I don't know, I just, everything, both like in my spiritual life and my non-spiritual life, has just been growing to a very, very positive point. And coming here just always helps center me. It helps me kind of learn where I'm supposed to go next. And it's just a place for me to be grateful and to thank the spirits like within all of us for the journey that I've been blessed to have and what is going to be in the future for me.
That's very interesting. Thank you so much for that
Absolutely.
rundown.
Thank you.
And I think we should have a podcast maybe sometime to understand, because your journey is not something that I think we can capture in 2 minutes or so.
No, it'd be quite a cool conversation.
Yeah, I think so. That the way you just described this, I have a feeling that you have probably, as you said, from your childhood. But it's been a sort of a ride that you've seen many other things.
Of course.
And that's what finally sort of brought you to the conclusion that you start finding peace and tranquility and sort of some sort of connection when you come here, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like I've always been meant to come here. It took time.
It took time, but I think you're finally here. That's amazing. And just a couple of things before, and we'll keep this short, but I'm sure, So how does your family sort of respond or react to it?
Oh, they love it. They're not super spiritual themselves, but they're very open to the idea. So for them, they've seen the results, and they just know that it kind of helped keep me grounded. It makes me happy, and they're just really, really happy for me. They don't question it at all. They ask questions out of curiosity, but not too often. It's
more like the unknown for which they will most likely want to know what's happening and why.
And it's more an excited curiosity than like an odd curiosity. They think it's really cool. They're very supportive of it.
Amazing. And looking at all the different gods and demigods, and how do you feel? Like, do you make a sense of why there are so many, or is that something that you'd explore?
Oh, absolutely. Well, as we both know, the only true one is Brahman, and everything else is like ourselves is a reflection of that pure consciousness.
Creation.
And For me, it's just aspects of ourselves and our journeys, and I think the ones that speak to us are the ones that have the most to teach us. And I know for myself, Ganesha was the first that came to me, that I started seeing in visions, that I started to
Nice.
have a real sense of. And everywhere I go, whenever I see a Ganesha statue anywhere, picture, it almost feels like I'm looking at a picture of a childhood friend of mine, and it feels like someone that I've grown up with, and I'm looking at like a picture of a family member rather than a deity, so to speak.
Amazing.
And through that, I've been connecting really lately a lot with Shiva.
Yeah.
So it's just, whoever, to me, when I see everyone, I just see it as there's this myriad of experience and this myriad of soul within all of us, and the aspects that it chooses for you is just where you're supposed to be in life, and the journey that you're supposed to take will reach out to you.
Wonderful. No, that's amazing. We'll definitely have more discussions on this, but
I
thank you
would
for the
love that.
time.
Thank you.
And I think it's an amazing thing to see how everybody at the end of the day, whether it's, from wherever, at the end of the day, we are all souls and we're getting connected to where we should belong to.
Absolutely.
So that's amazing. Thank you, David, for the
Thank
time.
you.
And with your permission, can I just distribute this video on the group?
Absolutely.
Is that okay?
Absolutely. Mate.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, David.
Thank you.
Jai Shree Ram.